Hello, fellow duelists. This is Shadow of the Moon, or more like we're actually not going to be doing a Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile today. So tonight I actually have something different. I, as you know, play other card games. I play Magic. I play DBS. I play kind of a little bit of everything. I do have a Pokemon deck, even though I don't really play it or update it or anything. But I also play the Digimon TCG that came out a couple years ago, and I've always been a fan. I really big into Digimon ever since even the anime came out in 1999, and I had played a lot of the video games and stuff, and just really, when I found out that they was a Digimon TCG, because the first one flopped here in the US because they changed a lot of rules. So it didn't go over so well, and then they revived it finally about almost 20 years later, and was really excited about them bringing it back, because I was thinking, oh, I hope they have Elecmon and I hope they have Leomon, because Elecmon and Leomon actually are like my partner Digimon. I've always loved Leomon. I've always loved Elecmon, and funny enough, the Leomon deck profile that I'm going to be showing you kind of has the same aspect and concept of the Leomon from the anime and stuff, whereas he becomes more of like self-sacrificing in like almost every season. But in this deck, it's the same thing, because like upon deletion, a lot of the Leomons and stuff and everything, you'll gain a memory, you'll gain 2 memory, and it really does help with the deck quite a bit. And it's going to be a mono blue deck, but it does have a couple of green splashed in there. So I'm really excited about it, because they actually finally had a Leomon deck profile. And I mean, this deck is, pretty competitive. I'm going to end up changing some of the things around eventually, as the game progresses and they come out with new things. But as of right now, this is going to be the deck that I'm going to have. And I'm actually going to be showing you the deck box. I have Leomon, the sticker, as you can see. Love Leomon. He's like my favorite Digimon of all time. I've always loved Leomon. So I'm really excited about showing you this deck profile. So let's go ahead and get straight on into it. So first off, we're going to have 4 copies of Sunamon and 1 copy of the Wainamon, just for the baby Digimon are in training. So basically, the Digimon gets 1000 DP for Sunamon when your opponent's Digimon does not have any Digivolution cards, and then Wainamon ends up having 2000 DP when your opponent has 2 or more Digimon with no Digivolution cards in play. So this is going to be more of in the later game, and this isn't being in the early game. So it's actually pretty good. I do know there's another blue Digimon that everyone uses and stuff, but I wanted to use Sunamon because I love Sunamon. That's like my favorite, in training Digimon. So now we're going to be moving on to the actual deck profile. So let's get everything organized and ready to go. All right. So first off, we're going to have 4 copies of the Gabumon. Gabumon, if you have 8 or more cards in your hand, this Digimon gets plus 1000 DP, meaning it becomes 3000, and it's actually really pretty good. Then you have 3 copies of the Gomamon. So Gomamon, this is from the earlier sets, and Gomamon is on deletion. You do gain 1 memory, so it's kind of like a mini Leomon, and actually is pretty good, especially early on in the game. And then my boy, you have 4 copies of. I keep wanting to say 3 because I always think about Yu-Gi-Oh. 4 copies of the Elecmon. So Elecmon is from the earlier sets as well. Elecmon does not have a ability, but I have it in here because it is a 3000 DP. It's very quick, and it's Elecmon. I mean, that's my favorite Digimon of all time. So, all right. So now we're going to be moving on to the main event. So we've got 4 copies of the Leomon. So Leomon is going to be the main monster in this deck. That's what this whole deck is based around. And basically, let me get on the screen. So during the opponent's turn, when you have a Tamer card in play, this Digimon gains Blocker, and when your opponent's Digimon attacks, you may suspend this Digimon to force the opponent to attack it instead. And then on deletion, you do gain 2 memory, and you get to draw a card from the deck. So that's very important, because you are going with the on deletion, you gain a memory, or you gain 2 memory, and then allowing yourself to have the Blocker ability when your opponent's Digimon attacks, and you can suspend this Digimon to allow it to be attacked instead. So that's actually very important in the deck. And then from the earlier sets, we also have the standard Leomon, which on deletion, you do gain 2 memory. This is also 5000 and costs 2 DP. Or costs, it's level 2, so it costs 2 memory for it to use. And then the 4 copies of the Leomon X Antibody. X Antibody basically is a great addition to this game. And what it does is it Digivolve from Leomon. It costs 0. So when the Digimon would be deleted in battle, you may play 1 Leomon from this Digimon's Digivolution cards without paying its cost. So if this thing gets deleted, you'll be able to play the Leomon that you use to Digivolve from it. Alright, so then we're going to be moving on to the Ultimates, and you've got 4 copies of Pangiamon. So when attacking, once per turn, you do gain 1 memory. This is a 6K, so it's actually pretty good. And it's funny enough, the way this evolutionary line, this is the exact evolutionary line that I like my Elecmon to have, is Leomon, Pangiamon, and then Saber Leomon, and then Dino Tigermon. So I'm going to be showing you the other ones later. So this is going to be the Pangiamon X Antibody, and this is the, sorry, there's supposed to be 4, not 3. So Pangiamon X Antibody, and it costs 0 to Digivolve from Pangiamon. So treat this Digimon as it also has Leomon in its name. And then all turns, either your turn or your opponent's turn, when this Digimon would be deleted in battle, you may play a Leomon from this Digimon's Digivolution cost without paying its memory cost. Alright, and then for the Mega Forms, we have 2 Saber Leomon. You can honestly replace this with whatever you wanted. I just choose Leomon because since it goes with the deck. And you trash 4 Digivolution cards under one of your opponent's Digimon when Digivolving, so that actually can prevent them from doing extra security checks and everything on you. And then lastly, for the main, it's what he Digivolves into further, which is 4 copies of Dino Tigermon. And this thing is just absolutely just busted because you Digivolve 1 from Saber Leomon, so you don't have to pay its 4 costs if you're Digivolving for Saber Leomon. And if this, when attacking, if this card with Leomon in its name or X Antibody and this Digimon's Digivolution card, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers. So you can actually suspend their Tamers or their Digimon. And then once per turn during your turn, when an opponent's Digimon or Tamer becomes suspended, you can unsuspend this Digimon. So basically, you attack with it, you suspend their Digimon when you're attacking, and then during your turn, when they have a Digimon that is, or Tamer that's suspended, you can unsuspend him, so you can get a go again. So for that. Alright. Now we're going to be moving on to the option cards, and we have 2 copies of Cocteus Breath. This is probably one of the most busted cards because especially if they attack into it with security. So you return one of your opponent's Digimon to its owner's hand and then trash all their Digivolution cards. This is just, it's so bad because of how good it is. It's like if they attack it and they're full mega or even farther than that, if you play this, it makes it to where it trashes it and send it back to their hand. And if they pretty much have like this good combo going, it just ruins it. And then for the move, actually, Fist of the Beast King. So I kind of added this for flavor. You don't really have to add this in here. So when your Digimon with Beelzemon in its name, well, you have a Digimon with Beelzemon in its name you play, you may play this card without meeting its color requirements, but it's just cost 2 anyways. Unsuspend one of your Digimon with Leomon or Beelzemon in its name. So you'll get to unsuspend the Digimon with Leomon in its name, so which is pretty much this entire deck. And then just 2 copies of Hammer Spark. I do plan on placing one of these with Icy Wall eventually. Hammer Spark, you just gain 1 memory and it costs 0, so it's very, very cheap. And then for the Tamers, we've got 3, because since you do have Leomon, you got to have Jerry Kato. Jerry Kato is really good because it goes with the Leomon strategy, so on play, you may play a Leomon from your hand without paying its memory cost, and when your opponent's Digimon attacks, you may suspend this Tamer to draw a card from your deck. So you've got 4 of these. And then lastly, you're going to have 2 copies of Mimi and Joe. So this works really well with the deck because start of your turn, if you have a suspended Digimon in play, you gain a memory, and if your opponent has a suspended Digimon in play, you gain a memory. And all turns, when one of your opponent's green or blue Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle and survives, you may suspend this Tamer to draw 1. So as you can see, it goes with the kind of strategy of deleting and unsuspending, suspending the Digimon, drawing and everything especially. So you're not only gaining memory, but you're also drawing more cards from the deck, which is very influential and very, very, very good for you because you want to keep being able to draw cards and you want to make sure that you have high memory so you can keep playing a lot of your high cost cards. Alright, so that's going to be it for this Digimon deck profile. This is the first one that I've ever done. Maybe one day I'll actually do one. My wife actually has one of her own. She has a red deck, and we're gonna be working on that with her and everything, so she look forward to that. And yeah, I just love playing Digimon. I may only have like the one deck because it's not as close to me, the card game isn't at least as Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff, but still have a lot of fun with this deck. And speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh, This is going to be the last deck profile of 2022. So at the beginning, as of starting next year, I have a lot of deck profiles that I'm going to be showcasing. I've got a lot of new decks, a lot of new strategies, and a lot of new 2-card combo videos that I'm going to be doing. So with that, I hope you have happy holidays. Like I said in my last video, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, and just stay safe and have a great, great New Year and great Christmas just overall. And I hope that you guys have a lot of fun with that. So with that, thank you so much for watching, and see you guys next time. Later.